Hello and welcome to the third episode of the buff series. Ideas to buff perks Decaying Winter. Anyways, today's perk is the Arbiter. Having a big brain moment can now put an abundant amount of shot shell blasts on any melee they find and can then shoot the weapons from their wrist. Like a regular shot shell, but bigger, stronger, and crudely tied onto a weapon of their choice. I mean, imagine an Arbiter shooting a Decimator that had shot shell blasts tied onto it that were flying towards Sledge Queen. I mean, it'd be one heck of a sight for sure. Although I would not want to be the Sledge Queen. The Arbiter has now realized that being immune to cripple, but not their shot shells, was a bit of an odd choice in terms of safety. You know, they kind of skipped some safety checks when making their weapons. They didn't have the lads, they're not lads, they didn't have the Zealot come and check their stuff, their gear. You know, the Zealot is good at fixing things. And I'm guessing the Arbiter did not run it by the Zealot when they made their shot shell blaster. So they decided to put in the work, get the gains, and are now swole enough that they can box with active shot shells on their fists, therefore making them less defenseless on earlier nights. How much damage, you ask? Well, obviously they would stun enemies like the regular short range shot shells. So in other words, you would wombo combo enemies out of existence, because the second they come back into consciousness, like, I can see it, pow! You're jabbing, right hooking, left hooking, and uppercutting the living beans out of them. Now let's give the Arbiter an option to switch out of the fast-acting wrist shot shell launcher, that's a mouthful, into a small portable catapult, which shows the player exactly where the projectile will land via an arc, kind of like the grenade arcs in Apex Legends. Best part, you just toss the catapult onto the ground, kneel next to it, and pray to the Decaying Winter RNG gods that there isn't a scav near you and that you have a friend to protect you if there is one. But we all know that we don't have friends in Decaying Winter, we just have teammates. You can throw grenades with modified shot shells that essentially becomes a flashbang, which you can then use to clear rooms, stun enemies, and flash people you don't like. Which you can use to a very creative extent. Yep, good recovery, Josh. Be careful though, the Arbiter's eyes are weak, so if you ever forget to look away, you're gonna be blind forever. The perk will forever be blind across any server, any platform, and any account you make. It'll just say, go play Valorant or CSGO, or hey, go play Counter-Blocks. Whenever an Arbiter has the Jan Daniels equipped, they instantly lose access to any and all ranged weapons, literally cannot use them. Think of it like the Demo Knight, except your vision is always blurred or shaking, or just you literally can't see, but you get insta-kills of any melee weapon, even your fists. If there are two Arbiters in a server, and one has a Jan Daniels equipped, the one without the Jan Daniels equipped will always find that the wrist launcher shot shells seem to guide themselves towards the other Arbiter and blow them to katuis. Probably because the other Arbiter didn't share the very age-appropriate drink, but who knows, sometimes shot shells just don't work, right? But I mean, who even drinks brown water? Liquid? I mean, what is it? Kiwi juice? No, kiwis are green on the inside. Ew, is it poop juice? Now I think it'd be really fun if we added an ability for the Arbiter where if they had Dan Daniels and they went to somewhere in the tower and they sacrificed the Dan Daniels to the RNG gods of Decaying Winter, they could then get a second wrist shooter on their right arm. So like, whenever the waves start, they can just be like, ha, sucker, I got bang, bang, pop, 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 blah, blah, da, 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 bang, bang, bang. They would have two wrist launchers, that's all they would have. Or we could give them the ability to sacrifice it multiple times so they could have they could have up to 9 or 10, and then they could become like wrist launcher man, like Iron Man, but with wrist launchers. They could fly across the map with wrist launcher. And now for my last idea to perfectly balancely buff the Arbiter. The Arbiter now has a rechargeable rocket launcher or grenade launcher dependent on the player's choice in the lobby, which is similar to the Risk Runner's minigun in terms of rechargeability, except instead of ammo, it's successful hits of the shot shells. More for long shots, a bit less for close range shot shell hits, and if the Arbiter reaches full mastery, instead of a rocket launcher or grenade launcher, you get a missile vehicle with multiple missiles, which when you look closely actually aren't missiles, but are actually gigantic shot shells that upon contact make the map into a crater, and then there's nuclear fallout, and then you get Decaying. You know, sometimes I don't think people know that this series is a joke. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed, and have a great rest of your day, and or night, and or morning, and or evening. Bye-bye. Bye.
Subscribe. You don't have to, but you should.
Bye.
Yeah. Ah!